Oh, thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, where I get to talk about everything that I normally don't get to talk about on my regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you can all find on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Google Music, the whole 9 yards there, the whole 10 yards. And so check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Daryl Lane. I'm going to put up this show on there very soon. Also posting a lot of other content, a lot of other clips of my regular sports podcast that I do. Had a couple clips of me and Kenny Sims, scouting expert for 247 Sports, when he was on the show. Yesterday I had one where we kind of went over the top three plays in the Browns beating the Steelers. Today we talked about, I released the clips of if the Buffalo Bills can be true contenders in the AFC. So definitely check that out. And I think tomorrow I'm probably going to put out some of Kenny's top playoff matchups in the AFC and NFC. They're all 5-6 minutes, so definitely check that out. So without ado, let's get to what we have, the topics that we have. The Eagles mess. My God, what is going on in Philadelphia? It is crazy town. So you have Joe Judge, head coach of the New York Giants, coming out of his press conference talking about the Eagles don't respect the game of football. The Eagles don't respect the game of football because they decide to bench Jalen Hurts. They put in Nate Sudfeld, who I didn't even know played in the NFL. And it looks like they're tanking the game. Then you have people like Joe Judge being like, what is going on? What is going on? And then there's some people who are saying this. You know, the Giants are bad. They're 6-10. Why are they complaining? And I would agree. But this issue isn't about the Giants. It's not about the Giants. The Giants are irrelevant. They're a bad football team. It's not about that the NFC East is so bad. That's not what all this is about. It's the principle of it. It's the precedent of it. It's what it shows to your locker room, your team, your organization. And I'll tell you this. Players are not happy. Players are not happy. Because I'm just going to read you this, right? So, Michael Sanders, running back for the Eagles, he's like, nobody in the locker room was happy. You could see on Jalen Hurts' face when this went on. He wasn't happy. Nobody was happy in Philadelphia's locker room. They didn't even agree with that. Right? It's not fair to Jalen Hurts. It's not fair to the men in your locker room. It's not fair to Jeffrey Lurie, the Eagles owner. I'm sure he's not paying Doug Peterson to do that. I'm sure that is, when he signs that check every week, that is not part of the job description. So it's just a bad look all around. It doesn't make your franchise look good. It's distasteful. It's kind of Bush League, too, to do with the other teams in your division. Like, it's just not a good look. And I was kind of talking to my dad about this, and what I was kind of thinking of, like, insider trading. Like, could somebody have paid? You know, because, like, and this is also why when it comes to tanking stuff, these leagues, they never want to give up the illusion, the presentation that a team could be losing games on purpose and kind of tanking. That's why they never say that. And you want to know why? Because of stuff like that. Because of insider trading. Because of gambling. That's why leagues are so serious about gambling. Because let's say there's a scenario where maybe, and I'm not saying this happened, but Doug Peterson was kind of paid to throw the game. So he put in he took out a Jalen Hurts and put in a Nate Sudfeld. Like, this stuff is like serious stuff. Because I guarantee you, that changed the line in Vegas, and a lot of people lost money because of that game. A lot of people lost money. A lot of people bet a lot of money on that game, probably. A game with playoff implications, a game with on national TV with two big brands, and the Eagles and the Washington football team. I guarantee you a lot of people lost money. So there's a lot of things to consider, and I think this is dangerous territory, and it was wrong. And it has even nothing to do with the fact that the Giants, an awful team, missed out on the playoffs. So, also, Carson Wentz, trade rumors. Eagles QB now hopeful tenure won't end in a divorce. This is what I have to say. Before, there were reports saying that potentially Wentz and Doug Peterson